Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I'm going to make some rutabaga and kale soup. And we're going to add some really awesome spices to it, and we're going to cook it in a slow cooker, and it's going to be really awesome. So stay tuned and check it out. Let's put you right up close where you can see me well. So I got a couple of nice rutabagas here. And they're fairly clean, but I'll wash them off a little bit there. And they are organic rutabagas. And I'm just going to chop them up ever so nicely. And you know, in macrobiotics, they'll like to chop the vegetables up into specific types, sizes of pieces. But, I don't know, once in a while I'll get into that. I'll do the matchsticks or whatever. But most of the time, I just chop the stuff up in squares. Call me a square. And rutabagas are an anti-candida kind of a food. They're against funguses. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're against all kinds of bad microbes in your bod. They've got kind of a bitter taste, and you'll notice that with foods that are good for you in that regard. You know, it's kind of the opposite with the sweet foods. If it's really good, something that you really like to eat, then that kind of feeds them. So, but you know, everything has a purpose, and sometimes we need comfort foods. But today, I feel like consuming a bitter bug killer. So that's what I'm making. And you won't see this food being eaten much at all by like raw foodists. Because I think it really needs to be cooked. Who knows, maybe someday they'll figure out a way to make this into a raw food. Maybe by dehydrating it or something. But for today, I am cooking my rutabagas. Okay, so I'm also going to put a peel of onion in it. And yes, Chakra will be eating some of this as well. This isn't a lot of soup, so I'm just going to put about that much onion. Otherwise it'd onionize it too much. And Chakra is like one of the healthiest dogs that you'll ever see. And I've fed her onions and garlic almost every day for her entire life. Almost 9 years now. So that gives you kind of an idea of how ludicrous some of the diet things that people say are, that the so-called experts will tell you. So yes, we're going to put a clove of garlic in there too. And I'm going to put a little bit of pepper too. So it's great to add some vibrant color to your soup. And although this isn't in season, see, if I had my own garden, then I could dry this out, a whole bunch of it out in my dehydrator. and have it all year. And in fact, I am going to put some of this crushed red chili pepper in there. But this stuff is ultra freaking hot. And so you just want to put like, oh shit. That's too much. I'm going to pick a little bit of that out. You only want a little bit of that. Okay, that's good. So, and then I'm going to add the kale. So, did I tell you I was putting kale in this? There. Yes, I am. So I'm just chopping up the kale, and I already washed it. Throwing it in the pot. Baby. Hey, hey, baby. I wanna know, would you be my girl? Hey, hey, baby. Okay, so now I am going to add some rosemary. Sometimes I will crush up the rosemary depending on what kind of a recipe that I'm doing. But if it's soup, it's not a big deal to just throw it in there whole like that, because it's going to sit and it's going to soak and cook for a long time. And so in this case, we're not worried about, like, I'll take this mortar and pestle. See this mortar and pestle deal? Japanese one, and I'll grind it all up to get all the flavor released from it faster. But we don't have to do that today. Okay, so now I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add about that much salt. Woo! And I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne in there, and I'm going to grind up some pepper. And put that in there. And that's it. There we go. Now I'm just going to fill it up with some water, and then we'll cook it. Filtered well water. And there are different kinds of filters for different situations. So when I moved here, I had to get a specific type of filter for well water. It doesn't have the medium in it that filters the chlorine or whatever else that they consider. I think it's mostly just the chlorine that they're worried about in the city. Don't need that no more. So there we go. See if I can, oh my God, can I pick that up? Urgh. Shut. Okay. So the reason I like slow cookers is because there's no metal here, okay? It's just ceramic and a glass coating on the outside of it. The glaze. Okay, so fire that up and put it on high, and then I've got this thermostat deal. This is a dimmer switch, And I showed you that in another video, and that allows me to adjust the temperature of my slow cooker. So after it's done pretty well, after I've got it going good, I'll turn that temperature down. And those dimmer switches are only available on Amazon, that particular kind. And it allows you to plug something in on the back next to the plug. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Alright, so there it is, y'all. The kale and rutabaga soup. It looks really good. I haven't tasted it yet. But I generally blend the soups after they've cooled down somewhat because, you know, I don't have a lot of molars, a lot of teeth back there. It's something that comes from, you know, all the crap that I've been through and the mercury fillings and some poor dental work, yada yada. In any case, I'm sure that's going to be really good. And I got my good old Oasterizer with a glass top. It's a noisy bastard, but I like that glass top. And that sucker's got a heavy duty motor in it, and I've had it for like 15 years. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I want to thank you for joining me. Also got some really yummy black rice with amaranth in there. I cooked that last night, and so we're gonna eat that, and then and black beans in there. Yeah. So thanks for joining me. Be good.